course more applied physics?
College and career night, because it has not only Cabrillo, UCSC, but all kinds of public and private, up to 60 if not more, booths from different colleges, not just in the state of California, but private ones. And have any of you attended that before? Raise your hand and be proud. Okay, yeah, I really encourage you to do that because it's going to just give you more options. This is kind of your basic foundation, but attending that you'll just get way more. Plus, I'm going to make one last plug, and that's actually going to a campus. And we have come a long way in the past few years because our Cougar Club is funding our college trips. So, any Cougar Club parents in here right now? A lot of them have older students, but please give the Cougar Club a round of applause because without them, our students wouldn't be able to visit. Okay. All right, without much further ado, I'm going to have each representative introduce themselves. They're not only going to talk about their own college, but their system that they represent. So we're starting off with California State University system.
Hello. Okay, all right. Well, hello everyone. My name's Aga. I'm an admissions counselor at Cal State University Monterey Bay. Not too far away from you guys. We're actually a little less than an hour, as some of you know. Now raise your hand if you've been to Cal State Monterey Bay and visited the campus. Okay, good. A very good number of you. For those of you who haven't, I highly recommend you do. Come see what we're about. We have campus tours Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. We also do group tours Monday through Friday from one at 10 a.m. and one at 2 p.m., all free to you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our school and the Cal State University system. So the Cal State University system, we have a total of 23 campuses across California. And us, we're like kind of in Central California, Monterey Bay. And each campus has something that they do kind of specific, and they're all in kind of different regions. If you go to Monterey Bay and then you go to a campus in CSU LA, they're completely different from each other. So I highly recommend checking out the schools that you may be interested in attending, especially Monterey Bay, since we're not too far away from you guys. So each campus has tours. You can go online, check them out, see what they're about. That's a really easy way to kind of just, look and see what each school has available to them. So a little bit about Monterey Bay. We were established in 1994. We're one of the newer Cal State schools. And there's something really special about our Cal State school. We only have 5,700 students as of right now. If you look at other Cal State universities, and a lot of universities in general that are public, you usually have around 15,000 to 30,000 students. With us, we're a lot smaller than that, which means when students come to our school for their classes, you have class sizes around 40 students or less. So it's kind of something similar to what you're used to in high school or elementary school students have experienced. So you get a lot of personalized attention from the teachers, the staff that are there to help you. So that's something really special about our school. And we offer a lot of bachelor degrees, 8 graduate degree programs, and you can also get your teaching credentials at our school as well. Also, if you look at all of our students, come from a variety of places. Now, some students are like, oh, Monterey Bay, that's not far away. I'm not going to meet anyone different. Well, 25% of our student body is from Southern California, 19% is from Northern California, and 17% is from Central. And there's various areas. We have students from San Diego, people all the way up in Humboldt coming to CSUMB because we're actually a residential campus. Over 60% of all of our students live on campus, and this includes not only students living from out of the area, but in the area, in the local Monterey area, Santa Cruz area, we have students living on campus. So you can live on campus as well if that's something you'd like to do coming to our school. These are all the majors we have for undergraduate students. We have Bachelor's of Arts degrees, there's two types of degrees you can get in college, a Bachelor's of Arts and a Bachelor's of Science degree. So I kind of categorize our majors based on that. So we have the Bachelor's of Arts degrees and Bachelor's of Science degrees. For students, if you really love math and science, please consider a Bachelor's of Science degree. Those are a lot of the classes that deal with a lot of science classes, math classes, so I highly recommend you consider these degrees. For students who don't like math and science, like myself, consider a Bachelor's of Arts degree. These classes, you don't have to take that many math classes or science classes. I will tell you that. I only took 2 math classes in my entire time in college, so that was wonderful for me, because it wasn't my strength. But these are majors you want to just check out, see something that you're interested in on our website. So a little bit about CSU Monterey Bay, something that makes us different is we are a service learning school. Basically what we, is it too far? Is this better? A lower? Is this better? Okay, thank you for the suggestion. So basically we're a service learning school. What that means is that we go into the local community and work with our educational partner organizations. Students go out and serve in the area, and students get a lot of experience in their field, and also sometimes this leads to job opportunities for students, where students have worked in some of the local schools, and so it's a lot of, students are getting a lot of things and getting engaged in the area. We also have something called a senior capstone. A lot of students don't like this, but it's really beneficial to you. It's basically a big research project that you do when you're a senior in college. And students have a lot of opportunity. They can do research, they can get funding to do this project, and it's during something called your capstone festival, during your graduation week, basically. Your whole family and friends are invited to come and see what you've done at our school. We also have we're more focused on outcome-based education. And what that means is that basically you're going to be doing a lot of group projects in the classroom. And we really want to prepare students for after college life. So usually when you have a supervisor or a boss, they're not going to ask you to take an exam to see if you know what you're doing. They're going to ask you to do some sort of project or something to see if you are applying your job skills. With us, that's kind of what CSU Monterey Bay does. Now, you will take exams, but they will not make up your entire grade. You'll have a lot of projects and things to do in the classroom with your classmates. There's also another requirement that we have from our school, something called a foreign language requirement. Basically, what that is, students, it's not an admissions requirement to get into our school. I want to put that disclaimer out there, but it's something to graduate from our school. And since our world's becoming very global, our universities took the stance on making sure students at least have an intermediate level understanding of a language. And we offer some languages on our campus for students to meet the requirement. And also students can meet this requirement at the community college or by taking their AP exams or CLEP exams as well. And if you have more specific questions about that, feel free to ask me more, but students can meet the requirement by using their AP classes. So there's a lot to do at CSU Monterey Bay Academics, and we have over 70 organizations on our campus. We have a variety of sports. We're Division II. We have professional networks, and students really have a lot of fun because 60% of students are on campus most of the time. So there's always something going on the weekends, during school week, and such for students. As I mentioned, these are all the sports that we have on our campus. M is for men, W is for women. So take a look and see if we have something you're interested in playing for our campus. I'm going to go to the next slide. Again, more things about social life. You get to explore Monterey Bay. Anyone like to scuba dive? Okay, couple. Well, guess what? You can get scuba diving certified on our campus. So there's a lot of opportunity there for students. So cost of attendance. This is something I like to highlight. Cal State Monterey Bay is one of the most affordable Cal State universities in California and in the whole system. You're actually saving money by going to our school compared to other schools, and you're getting a quality education. So basically, tuition expenses, $5,963 for 1 year. And then we have different categories. Some students are going to live with their parents or families or live off campus somewhere else or live on campus. Total tuition costs for 1 year, you're looking at $13,000 to $20,000 a year. All my mathematicians, you multiply that by 5 or 4, you're going to get somewhere around $80,000 to $100,000 for the students' time at our college. Now that's a lot of money, but I will like to let you know you are saving money if at our school if you're comparing costs with other colleges. Now there is financial aid for students, and that's how a lot of our students get through college, is by completing their FAFSA, which is due March 2nd. Every year, January 1st to March 2nd, students need to fill out basically a federal government application for aid. This is a great way of getting aid for students. They have different types of scholarships and grants, and students do qualify for, and loans as well. There's state aid, the Cal grants. There's also CSU Monterey Bay scholarships. Once a student applies to our school, usually around February, January time, we send them an email giving them a list of scholarships from the university, and students have the opportunity to apply for these scholarships. And there's also payment plans when students begin coming to our school. There's payment plans for parents to help them out, pay for the tuition costs. So this is freshman A through G course requirements to getting into our school and for a lot of other Cal State schools. Basically, you want to have all your A through G classes completed with at least a C or better. Any D's or F's will need to be made up. So this is for students, especially if you're younger right now, you're in 9th, 10th grade. This is really important information. You want to do your best to make sure you meet these requirements and do your best to, if you got a D or F in any of these courses, work with your counselors to retake them.
For all the sophomores, raise your hand again.
Okay.
Does this not sound so familiar, just like you heard it yesterday or the day before?
That's good, you guys are prepared. This is really good. Yeah, these are your A through G course requirements for our CSU Monterey Bay. And there's something, this is a little complicated, there's something called an eligibility index. Raise your hand if you know what the eligibility index, or at least have heard of it. Okay, well, this is something that the Cal State universities do. Basically, to determine your admission eligibility, we use this equation. It's kind of complicated, but basically we take your GPA and your SAT or ACT scores to determine your admission. If you meet these certain scores, you will be eligible for admission. I can talk more about that later as well. Placement exams, that's more stuff. I'll go over that if some of you may have questions about that. Application process. So for all the Cal State universities, you apply on CSU Mentor. That's the application website for all the Cal States, including Monterey Bay. Basically, you fill out the information. It helps you. It has steps to let you know what you need to do to fill out the application. And you put all your information there. Okay. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Graduate this year. I heard that's a criticism of the state college system, that kids aren't able to get their classes in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, it varies. I don't really have that specific statistic, but I have it for the whole Cal State. About 60% of our students are graduating in 5 years. And yeah, in 5 years, yes. Now that is a problem, especially I would say for a lot of our bigger universities. But for Cal State Monterey Bay, one thing about our school is that we do have like a 90% freshman retention rate, which is really good for our students. Also, because we're a smaller university, smaller class sizes, students are actually able to really work with the faculty and staff to get the classes that they need. Like teachers, like when students are selecting their classes, their professors are actually the ones in that area helping students select classes. And if there needs to be space for a class, they will open space, and that usually happens during our orientation. That's something I really want to highlight because we're one of the smaller schools. Students have more access to the faculty and staff to really get the access that they need to take their classes.
Let's hold off on the questions, and there will be